We're here by Forest Hills, High Park Ave, Forest Hills T Station. T's been shut down this whole week. Get to see all the people commuting back and forward. Now they haven't said the reason why they shut down the T for a whole week. I'm assuming it's signals and communication. I don't know. Now, somebody told me I haven't seen it, but somebody told me they seen other buses riding this route other than Yankee, but I have not seen anything other than Yankee. And I've done the whole route, and I haven't seen anything other than Yankee doing this route. They said in the morning. I've been in the morning, and I've driven my car the whole Washington Street up and down, and I know how long it takes to ride from Forest Hills to Back Bay, and I haven't seen one route. It takes about 30 minutes, no traffic, 45 minutes with traffic. How you doing? I got a question. I don't know if you know the answer. Are there any other buses doing this route other than Yankee?
No.
It's only Yankee, right? That's what I thought. So one of my viewers said they saw another bus come in here and do that, and I said I'm not stupid. Okay, I just want to verify that. It speaks for itself. It's time to see. That's why you have to get the truth, because people say stuff that's not true, and now you have to document what is true. So there's no other bus doing this route but Yankee. Yankee's the only bus route, and they got Yankee employed. Yankee's the only ones doing this route. They're the only ones that have the contract. That's why when you want to really get the facts, you got to get out there and do it yourself. How you doing, my man? You can't rely on sources that are not accurate. And how I know? Because there's a particular person that I know that works for Yankee that told me that. So that's how I know. And just to show you that these are all Yankee buses. Those guys that are with the yellow vest, those are Yankee employees. So it wouldn't make sense to have another group of people mixed in there if Yankee's doing the route all by themselves. Somebody told me, oh, you're not doing it early enough. You're not coming out here. I said, those buses that you see at Forest Hills are picking up people when they're going to another destination. They're not doing this route right here. They may be buses that come in Forest Hills, but they're not doing this route right here. That's what I'm trying to emphasize on. And Mark Means, he's a guy like me. He likes to get out there and do the research. Don't go by what someone tells you. Go by what you see. So we're gonna let these buses kind of like do like a round, and then you see how it's kind of slow now, so it's not as much people out here. I think they're running these buses every 15 minutes. I could be wrong. I'll find out. I'll ask them how often are they running the buses. Copy Back Bay Station. Now, if somebody knows the answer, and make sure it's the correct answer, why the T is shut down for a week, not why the T is saying it's shut down, the real reason why the T is shut down for a whole week. Now, they're going to say signal and wiring, but I don't know. I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. The other thing is somebody pointed out to me, and I don't ride the T a lot. On the T app, sometimes if you look on the app, I don't have the app, but A lot of times it says certain stations are not handicap accessible because of the elevators are down. And I said I don't know why that happens because these are hydraulic elevators. Hydraulic elevators normally don't break down that often. All it is a long piston that pushes it up and brings it down, and it's all a matter of switching the solenoid back and forward. So I worked in a building that had hydraulic elevators, and it never broke down. So I don't know how those ones break down. I don't have the answer for that. I don't know who maintains the elevators. I know Otis is a pretty good elevator company, and Payne is another good elevator company out there. They got other ones too, but those are the ones I experienced the most. So I'm gonna hang around here for a little bit because the person told me I don't hang around here long enough to see if a Yankee bus or other than a Yankee bus comes through here. And I said, well, how long? Because sometimes I do a half-hour video, sometimes I do a 45-minute video. And sometimes, like, you might see that bus number come back around again. And if that bus driver made the whole loop, and then the video doesn't show any other bus come in here, then the question would be, where is that bus at that's supposed to be doing this route? And that's why I don't argue with people no more. I just do a video to prove them wrong. It makes more sense that way. It is a nice day out today, so you don't need gloves, at least not yet. I did hear in the forecast we got some freezing rain coming up. And I'm not too sure if that's tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But I know the weekend is supposed to be nice, so it's kind of weird. Go ahead. What am I doing? You don't know? You don't want to know what I'm doing? Right now. I'm just recording the schedule.
Yeah?
I'm just recording the schedule right now.
The schedule what, for the bus?
For the bus right now, yeah. Just to show how 20 minutes. One got 29 minutes. One got 36 minutes. That's Andrew Square up there. He said he's leaving. He said he's leaving now. See that? We waiting for the Andrew Square or the 42?
42.
The 42? The 42 is probably the bus that runs the most less frequent. And that goes from here to Nubian Square. I think they only have 2 buses on that whole route, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. I think they only have 2 buses on that whole 42 route. Sometimes I see 2 buses back to back, so maybe they got 3 on there during certain times. That is a bag bay. It's very dangerous to walk between buses like that. In case that bus rolls forward or the other one rolls back, I recommend people not do that because that's very dangerous. People do it, but you know what I mean, you're gambling with your life when you do that. You got to be very careful because you don't know if that bus is going to jerk forward or the bus in front of him is going to jerk back. You know, you don't know. And that's how accidents happen, because you just do something very, very minor like that. I guess they call these the coach buses. I don't know if that's the correct name for it. A guy told me he only rides the coach buses. He doesn't. One day I should do a I'm not gonna do it today though, but one day I should do a video of me riding the doing the loop from Forest Hills to Back Bay. I could probably do that one day. I don't know when. A time that I'm not too busy, I guess. I'm pretty sure there'll be other times when the buses are down, so trains are down, I should say. And you're kind of up high, so when you're up there, you're kind of up high. I can't hear what he's saying over there. Now I couldn't hear what you said. What's over here?
The 32 bus.
The 32 bus. Oh, okay, gotcha. I always got to make sure, cause I couldn't hear what you said. So he said the 32.
The first person ever told me that.
No, I heard you saying the Forest Hill bus here, Back Bay.
Yeah.
But when you pointed over there, you moved your head the other way, so I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Okay.
I got it now. 32, 32 over there. I heard you that time. I did hear you that time. So they got, I don't know how many buses they have in this route, but I thought it was 20. I could be wrong on the number. I got a question. How many buses they have in this route? Do you know? 60. 60? He said 60. So I'm way off. So 60 total of 60 buses, which kind of makes sense because you got a lot of ground to cover. You're going from every stop to Back Bay. So that means side streets. You got to go navigate through like Amory Street, down Boylston Street, down Lamartine Street, back to Columbus Ave. You know, up through Ruggles Station, back around again. I mean, it's time consuming because it's not a straight route. It's in and out, back and forth. All stops. I wonder if they have an express bus. See, I would have an express bus that goes straight to, well, maybe on rush hour they can do that. An express bus that goes straight to Back Bay, or an express bus that goes straight to Ruggles, something like that. So I'm gonna hang around for a little bit so you get to see what I see. Like I said, the shuttle buses are replacing the orange line from Forest Hills to Back Bay to March the 8th. And I believe that's Sunday of next week. those buses have a bathroom in there too?
Yeah, I don't know to answer that question. I'm sorry. My company doesn't really answer questions.
No, it's asking do they have a bathroom on
My
there?
company doesn't really answer that question.
So I have to just walk on the bus and find out? Come on, that's an easy answer, right? He can say yes or no. Like I can walk on there and look, but I'm just asking. He said his company don't answer any questions, but the other guy answered the questions. That's okay though. I understand. So sometimes it's helpful to answer the questions because you're gonna find out the answer anyway.
Get it? Okay, right?
I think they do because those are the. Matter of fact, I can see it. There is one back there, but it's an easy answer, either yes or no. Like these buses here don't have bathrooms because those are local buses. But the other buses, like those coach buses, they call them, allegedly coach buses, they have the bathroom because they travel a longer distance. But you should be part of the company, man. You're supposed to advertise for the company. You don't want to not give information for the company because it's going to show that you don't have knowledge of your company.
My company doesn't really answer questions. What can I tell you? There's nothing I can tell you.
Well, they tell
told me not to answer questions.
They tell you not to answer questions?
Yeah, not supposed to.
Really? Even if I want to know where the bus is going? That doesn't make any sense.
Off camera, I help you out with off camera.
Oh, off camera.
Yeah.
Oh, he said not on camera. I can respect that. But that still doesn't make sense though, because if a general public comes to ask a question, you should be able to answer it on. Now I can see if I was asking. There certain companies do have guidelines that you can't be a spokesperson for the company. So certain things you cannot answer, but basic questions you can, like say if I said, is this bus handicap accessible? You should either say yes or no. Or if I say, where's the destination of this bus? You should be able to say that. Now if I ask you, how much is the company getting paid for the service? You probably, even if you know the answer, you might not want to answer because that's something for corporate to answer. So I know the guidelines, how that works. I worked at a lot of departments where they say, you know, they have a PR person for that. So the PR person will answer all the public relation questions that regards to like information about, you know how much fuel they use, how many drivers they have, questions like that. Did somebody get injured on the job? How badly were they injured? Stuff like that. You expect somebody in corporate office to answer those kind of questions. But they might give out the wrong answer, you don't want that. Free shuttle bus to Back Bays. That's the 32 bus right there. Everybody's boarding the 32 bus. All services to Back Bay. Now, I bet you if I ask anybody else, do they have a bathroom on the buses? That's an easy question, yes, because I could get on the bus and find out if there's a bathroom on there. If you want a job, you can always apply for Yankee. I think you need a class 2 CDL, passenger CDL. So you need a class, I believe it's a class 2 CDL. There's a special name for that CDL. So you can't have a regular CDL, you gotta have a passenger CDL. Because they changed it over the years. Years ago, if you had a CDL, you could ride anything. Now, you need a, hey, what's that license you need to drive these buses? Is it a class 2 CDL passenger? Just a regular CDL? But is it a passenger one though, or no? Passenger, right? So a passenger CDL, that's what you need. Now, if you have a regular CDL, you could drive the buses, but you cannot have passengers on it. That's the catch. So if you're a mechanic and you have a regular CDL, you still can drive these buses, but you can't drive them while they're occupied. That's the difference. So the passenger CDL is just I think it's a little bit more questions, and I don't know what it is. I think it's an endorsement too, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people stay away from it because they want to just drive trucks, so they don't really want to drive buses. But you can do either or. If you got the passenger CDL, you can drive buses or trucks. If I understand that, it's not really hard to get. You just got to study. Once you study and know what the questions, the answers are, and take the test, drive the bus, know how to operate air brakes, so that good stuff. You can always take a class too if you don't know. There's always ways of learning. Take a refresher course. Like me, I had no desire to drive a bus. I don't know if that's Boston or that's Transit. It could be Boston.
What about that?
That's Boston. I guess they're just passing through. So it's connecting. It just jumped off and said connecting to internet. So it's probably like how you say it, recalculating. Wilcox Square. That's the location. I'm not too sure where it's at, but I'm gonna find out. I probably know where it's at, but just never heard that name before. Wilcox Square. But when I get off this camera, I'll probably do a quick Google search and find out where it's at. So once again, the shuttle buses, there's a car coming through the, you're not supposed to drive. That's like a $250 fine for driving through the bus terminal. There's signs that say that when you first pull up. You're not supposed to come in at all. If the transit cops see you do that, well, actually they work there. That's even what makes it worse. So employees are not supposed to drive their vehicles in there either, just so you know.
This is Forest Hills. Upcoming trips. Outbound. The next 21 bus to Ashmont arrives in 4 minutes. The next 31 bus to Mattapan arrives in 11 minutes. The next 32 bus to Walcott Square arrives in 12 minutes.
So that's pretty good. So you could press this thing for audio. So say somebody's visually impaired. So, and I didn't really press it. I kind of walked up next to it. Maybe it's a very sensitive button. But that's kind of a good feature to have because some people are blind. It is Braille right here too, by the way. This right across here is Braille. So you can feel this. And I assume it says press for audio. And then if you don't read what it says here, press for audio, you got the button that shows you audio down here, press for audio. So you got 3 different communication ways of letting you know how to press that button, which is, I think that's a good idea. And it is ADA compliant because of the height. It's ADA compliant as well, which is very, very good. That's a plus for the MBTA. only thing they could have done, they could have moved that bench a little bit further away from the button, because I think you're supposed to have a certain clearance away from the button so the wheelchair could kind of like move around a little bit, but that's not a major thing.
I know, right? All of those follow the property, all stuff, inbound. Inbound stuff. All the way up.
You're at Forest Hills. She probably meant Oak Grove. She said, I don't know if you heard what she said. She said Forest Hills, but she's at Forest Hills. So the other, well, maybe Oak Grove she probably meant. It's possible. I'm not too sure. But I'll probably hang on for another 15 minutes or so, then I head up out of here. I just want to verify that there's only Yankee doing this this route, because somebody said I can't. No, I quote the exact words that the person said. They said you cannot say Yankee's doing the route because you don't see other, because there could be other buses doing it. And they stated that they seen other buses doing this route. And I said, when did you see it? They said in the morning. I said, was it down below or was it upstairs? They couldn't say whether it was upstairs or downstairs. Right there, that was a red flag. Then I said, next time take a picture of the actual bus where it's located. And they said they were driving by in a car. I said, but you still could take a picture of it while you're driving by in a car. So I'm assuming they were, then again, I can't assume. They could have been upstairs. They could have been downstairs. But I only see Yankee buses pulling up to this route. To further verify, I talked to a person that works for Yankee, and he said the same thing. I just spoke to one of the gentlemen that worked there. He said the same thing. So I got different ways of verifying it. Now, if I really want to verify it, I could do a Freedom of Information Act through the MBTA and ask them how many buses they have subcontracted out for the MBTA on-sign shutdown, doing the Forest Hills to Back Bay route. And they should automatically tell you how many companies they have. So there's all kind of ways of getting information, but I get it the way I see it. It speaks for itself. A video doesn't lie. It's going to show you exactly what's happening.
Alright, Mama, you take care of yourself.
You too.
You follow me? You really? Yeah. So what's my good videos and what's my bad videos? I want your honest opinion.
What you call it?
The police videos? Okay. Okay, cool. I try to bring a variety of different things so people get to see, not just one thing of the city. So this one here is just documenting that it's only Yankee buses that do the route. Somebody had told me there's other buses that do the route, but it's only Yankee that's doing it. So my video is to verify that I know what I'm talking about and I'm not making this stuff up. Because they say, oh, I seen other buses do the route. And so I talked to various different sources. It's only Yankee doing the route. And have you seen any other than Yankee riding?
Other than the coach bus, other coach buses.
The big ones, yeah. Those, a couple of them left out of here, but they all say Yankee on there, though, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's all cool. But
I recognize your voice when I walk past.
I gotta stop talking there. That's a good thing, though. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I like public input too. Public input is very important because, a lot of people like the police and fire videos because it keeps them aware of what's going on in the community. But there's sometimes stuff goes on in the community and they're not even aware of. You wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I didn't know that happen, you know?
Yeah, that's how, like, I watch your videos all the time. It's just a lot that goes down there.
Honestly, I wasn't going to, my son got me start doing this. So I always listen to the radio, listen to what's going on in the city, but I never went out there and recorded it. So my son, about 5 or 6 years ago, he was like, start your YouTube channel. I said, well, what am I going to do? He says, do what you do. And I'm like, well, I don't do nothing. He said, just go through your scenes and just record what you're doing. And I'm like, okay. So I did it as a joke at first, and people started subscribing to it. And I'm like, oh, people really want to see this kind of stuff. So I just kept doing it. It brings an unbiased balance to it too, because people get this. Oh yeah, that's true too. So if you got any other videos you want me to put up there, I try to put as much as I can put up there. Yeah. I mean, if I was sitting at home, I'd probably watch something like this too, because especially if I live in the neighborhood, I want to see.
I like videos from Boston.
Yeah, because. And you don't really see a lot of people doing videos in Boston. There are people that do them, but I mean, some of them. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for too. Like if you want like excitement, you can look at Manti Media. You see, but he do shorts though. He don't do long videos. He does like 30-second videos, so you really can't see his. I met him before. He's a cool dude. He's real cool. When you talk to him, he's down to earth dude. But he just does. He does the video for the likes. So he doesn't do it.
Are those videos real like?
Well, he's actually doing it. He actually goes out there doing what he's doing. But
somebody told me on the stage like they just go. He tells the cop like just play along with it.
No, he actually goes out and do it. But when you, like say the way me and you were talking, off camera, he's a very pleasant guy to talk to. He's not hostile. He's very respectful. You have a regular conversation with him. He's not aggressive like that. You know, he does tell you that he has his issues, but that's his personal life, though. You know what I mean? But overall, he's a good person to talk to. But and one day I think I could do an interview with him, so people can find out. Next time I catch up with Kyle, I do like a YouTube video and have him tell me what he does in the community and how long he's been doing it. He got a lot of subscribers too. He's on TikTok. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. I think he's on Instagram too. Yeah. So he's on different platforms, and that's what he does. He goes out there and do his thing. Next time I run across him, I see if I can do a quick video of, he could explain to me like what he's been doing, how long he's been doing it, and it'd be interesting. I think I take a break from all the crime today.
Right.
I know there is stuff going on, but I'm not responding to it though. I think I do something different. If I could do all crime scenes and fires, that's good. But then I got to show other stuff around the city too.
Are you a police officer?
No. I took the test years and years ago. I got like a 90 on it, which was so. But then as I got older, I said I don't want to do that, and that wasn't something I wanted. I looked further into it, and I looked at the dynamics of it, and I said I don't want to get, because I know there's good and bad in there, and I didn't want to be part of that system. Because that system, you can easily get caught up in that system very easily if you know how it works. Yes, sir. Take care, man. All right. Back Bay. So I'm gonna hang around, like I said, probably another 10 minutes and I head up out of here. Just want to show you the shuttle buses coming in. And I want to verify that there was only Yankee buses. Primarily, the reason why this video was made is to prove the fact that there's only Yankee buses doing this route. And I was speaking to I'm not gonna say who the person is. I know he watches my videos as well. But he was telling me only Yankee has this route, and only Yankee employees is working this route, and that's how I know. And honestly, I didn't. I know I got like 8,000 plus subscribers. I looked at it like a couple of days ago. Somebody told me my numbers went up, and I didn't really look at it. I didn't realize that the majority of the people that watch my videos are based right locally in the city of Boston. So there are people in Florida, there are people in Texas, a couple of people in Canada and Ukraine and stuff like that. But the majority of my 8,000 subscribers plus are in a 20-mile radius of the city of Boston. Now there is a few in Lowell, a few in Lawrence, Tewksbury. I met a few people out there, but I think a lot of them are based. And as a matter of fact, in Methuen too. I met a few people in Methuen, but a lot of them are based right in the Boston area, or they have connections with the Boston area, and they watch a lot of stuff on my channel, which I find very interesting, and I appreciate them, watching that and giving me feedback. And I can always use some improvement. So if you think there's something that I can do better, not talk as much, because I do a lot of talking. There's always things I can improve on. I just have to like look at what the comments are and pay attention to the comments and try to focus on them.
Go to it, sir. Look at my original shadow, it's right here. Go in the factory, inbound.
Well, if they don't know, they'll find out when they get up there. They'll figure out there's no train when they come back down. Yo, I heard you. But maybe they're going somewhere else, though. I don't know. They'll figure it out. But notice some people, they hear you, but they don't understand what you're saying. So at this time, when I'm talking to people and I tell them something, they look at me like, and then they come back down and they realize what you were saying. So, I mean, each his own. I assume this thing here is for a parking pay by, because it says pay by phone. So I guess, yeah. So if you was to park in the city lot or wherever you're parking at, you kind of find a spot and you'll pay, and then you put your little tag on the windshield. So they don't, they know that you paid. So I'm assuming somewhere around here there's a city lot or a city garage, and they get the rates up here. So if you want to do like a weekday rate, oh, so if you get the bills, they charge you $1 onto it. But if you pay right away, it's $9. You can download the app. You can pay by phone on .com, or you can call that number. So you got several different ways to pay. And then obviously location is 4396. They do that so it's easier to do that than having a parking attendant. She said hold the bus is not leaving. He's not leaving right away anyway, but she's like hold the bus. Oh, she's catching that bus over there, the 32. So those are the same guys that went up, they came back down. Hey, have a good one, man. Get a little exercise, right? You trying to listen to what he was saying? That's okay. No, that's okay, because I know you guys are in your zone. That's okay, it's good. But where are you trying to get to? You trying to get downtown, or? So this bus here takes you to Back Bay. If you're going to Back Bay. 40 minutes. Yeah. You're gonna drive. I got you. All right, take care. Oh, so I see what happened. They parked their car over there, and they were going to take the train down, but they said the bus takes 40 minutes, so it's cheaper for them to take the car. Okay, I got what they're doing now. I think he's right too. He's actually right, because I think he probably looked it up. It takes about 40 minutes to do this route. It's too bad they don't have an express. Well, it's kind of late in the day to do it today, but during the daytime at peak hours, they probably could do a express route straight down to Back Bay. So I guess they parked their car over here somewhere. And so this is the lot where they parked there. Right? Oh, I didn't realize it. So they parked in this lot right here. That's where they're going. I didn't realize there's a parking lot right there. So they parked in that lot right there. They were going to catch the train downtown to go catch the game. But then they realized it's easier just to drive straight in. It's quicker. You learn something new every day. Was that parking lot always there and I never paid it no mind? Yeah. Well, it had to be there for a while, because I never paid it any mind. Years ago, it used to be a parking lot. See if I can show you. Right at this corner right here, used to be a parking lot right there. That's no longer there. It's a building there now. That was, we're talking probably 20 something years ago, maybe, or maybe more. To show you how much Boston has changed over the years. And in this particular design of Forest Hills, I don't think this was always this way. I could be wrong, but I think they've done it over probably 20, 30 years ago and revamped it. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it this way. I'm pretty sure they done it over. I just don't know when. They had done it over in the last probably 30, 40 years maybe. So if I was to do a ride on this bus here, it'd probably take me almost an hour and 30 minutes to complete the forward and back journey, because of because this bus goes to every single stop. So when it leaves out of here, it's gonna go to what's the next stop in line? Is that Green Station? I think it is. I think it's Green, then Stony Brook. No, I don't. I should know that too. I'm already slacking. Yeah, I think it's Green, then Stony Brook, then Jackson. I don't know if there's a station in between there or not. At least I don't think there is. A lot of people are catching the bus to go to like Back Bay, Ruggles Station, depending on where you're going. But this bus will pretty much take you to Back Bay. So I pretty much did about 46 minutes of video, and that's almost a little over half the route, the time it takes to do the route one direction. Now coming back is another 40 something minutes coming back, probably 40 to 45 minutes coming back the other way. If I stayed here for another 40 minutes, I would see the very first bus that was in my video. It'll come back around again, because they just make a loop. They just, you know, they do swap out some buses and then swap in new buses too. So depending on what time of the day, they swap out buses and swap in buses. You guys, if I turn to my right, you may recognize this guy in one of my videos I did a while ago. Right there. That's Officer Antoine. And if you guys remember that video, it was funny. It was comical. Those of you who have watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Time is it? Oh, it's 8:30. So I gotta head up out of here anyway. It's supposed to be heading somewhere. I'm heading out of here probably 2 minutes. I'll be heading up out of here. It's hard to be two places at the same time, but it'd be nice if you could. Right, guys, so I just want to document that there's only Yankee that's doing this bus route. I already knew the answer, but sometimes you got to play devil's advocate, and then, how you say, act like you don't know so other people will know. And, you know, I think these buses run like every 15 minutes. I could be wrong. I think they're running anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes, depending on how many buses they have. As soon as this bus leaves, another one to pull in. Okay, he's all set to go, so. 32 bus just pulling up. Wilcox Square. I'm gonna ask him where's Wilcox Square at. Gotta pull up further. Where's Wilcox Square at? Where's Wilcox Square at?
All the way down the street.
All the way down the street? He says all the way down the street. I never heard of that before. I probably know where it's at. I just never used that name before. He said all the way. Oh, he pointed that direction. Maybe going towards like Dedham. Oh, maybe it does go down towards Dedham. I never thought about that, because that is going towards Dedham if he points that direction. Well, I wonder if that is called Wilcox Square. You know what? We'll figure it out. I think I know what you're talking about. What's happening? All right, guys, I'm gonna head up out of here. I just wanted to show you Yankee buses doing the route. Shuttle bus to Back Bay board there, or board here. I guess they got a pretty good system they're using though. So this one's out of service, so he's coming out of line, and then that one's gonna take the slack for the one he's coming out of service. So they switch out a few buses, and then they switch. Oh, well, he caught it. Bus driver, you're supposed to look in your mirrors before you pull off anyway. You should. Alright guys, I'm gonna head up out of here. I just want to show you shuttle buses doing a route from Back Bay to Forest Hills to Back Bay. Mainly this video was to show one of my viewers that only Yankee is doing the route. It's not they said a name that it wasn't a name that even sounded familiar. It wasn't Trailways. I thought they said Trailways, but I thought Trailways went out of business. Whatever the name is, it's not down here anyway. I verified it 4 different ways. By me visually seeing it, by talking to someone that know about it, asking a question down here, and then actually riding the route, doing it myself. So I verified it in multiple different ways that there's only Yankee doing this route. So when someone tells you something, that's why it's very important. You got to have more than one source of information, because people say stuff and sometimes they intentionally mislead you, or they don't have enough information to give you. So it's very important that you take the information for what it's worth, and you get more information to add on top of it. Because we can't know everything. Everything's a learning experience, so you got to learn somewhere, and that's what you do. A good journalist will get, credible information, or verify that it's credible. Now, we always can't know everything, but just try to be as close as possible. You have to change that sign to Oak Grove now, because it says Orange Line Forest Hills. So now you got to change it from, it just say Orange Line Back Bay. So this is one of the buses that we were talking about in another video. See how this transit bus doesn't look like a transit bus anymore? it's so well advertised. The whole bus is, unless you know it's a transit bus, you don't know, because see how it's the whole bus is painted from top to bottom. So the question was brought up: how much does it cost to paint that bus like that on both sides, in front, rear, and side? Then also is how much are these people paying for the advertisement to the MBTA? Because Top Dog Law, he has to be paying a pretty good penny to the MBTA to ride that bus. I don't know when they're going to change it. So that's bus, what's that, 1669. See how long bus number 1669 stays in circulation with that logo on it. I mean, then you can figure out how long they ran the advertisement for. And then the rear of the bus, I'll show you the rear of the bus, how it looks too. It has the advertisement on the rear of the bus as well. So, and a lot of people, there's people that know this more than I do. They focus on that. They ask me the questions. I said, I don't know the answer to that, but I know that bus is well decorated all three sides. I don't know about the front. Maybe the front is done too, but at least three sides of that bus is well decorated. And the question was, how much does the T generate for that bus? How much is Top Dog Law paying the T to advertise that? Because they're not doing it for free. Now, the typical transit bus looks like this. Like, that's how the typical transit bus would look, with the little yellow and white stripe along the side with the blue. That's the typical transit bus. But when you put that much advertisement on it, people don't recognize it as a transit bus anymore, because it doesn't look like a transit bus. Unless you see that little T. There's a little T that's buried into all that advertisement. Alright guys, I'm headed out of here. There's Officer Antoine, how you doing today? Doing good today, right? Yes, sir. See, yeah, he's a pleasant guy today. That's Officer Antoine. If you never met Antoine, that's him over there. I know you guys that watch my video, they saw it. This is how the transit bus would look, like this, and this is fine. You can see the blue, you can see the yellow, you see the white, you see the black and the gray. That's how a transit bus should look, with the advertisement on the bottom like that, which is okay. I perfectly agree with that. Okay, advertisement on the back, perfectly okay. But when you paint the whole entire bus and change the dynamics of the MBTA bus, like, why do that? I mean, you don't have to paint the entire bus. I mean, I think this advertisement, see on this side, look at this, they did over here. They paint the whole entire, see, you should be, that Top Dog Law stuff, I don't know about that. It's kind of defacing the T property. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think the T should be allowed them to, they got this one done the same way on this side too, Top Dog Law. So Top Dog Law must be paying a lot of money. We don't know how much he's paying. Or maybe he probably won a case with the MBTA. He said, we won't do this unless you put all these on our buses too. We don't know the backstory behind it. He probably got a good serious case with the MBTA, and they had no choice but to put that on there. Oh, that's interesting. Now we gotta find out the backstory behind that. There probably is a backstory behind that. Let's see how the other side looks on this side. So this bus doesn't have all that, right? It's only on one side. So that's how the T buses typically look, like the yellow, the white, the gray, the black, the little strip of blue, which I don't see a lot of blue on this one. What happened to the blue line? They peeled off. Yeah, you can see it's kind of, the blue is kind of, probably got washed away a little bit. That strip of blue, somehow that strip of blue is gone. I don't know if it wasn't put on there correctly, but it's not there. You see a little bit on the doors. You can see where it was right there. It's still on the doors, which is okay. But here, it looked like it might have got washed off in the car wash, the bus wash. It's very possible. It's like a roll of tape though. They kind of tape it on. It's not really painted on. It's like one of those like this one has the blue on it all the way around, right there. All right, guys. I didn't want to stay out here too long, but you know, you get to see what I see. That's 42. Quite a few Yankee buses over there. And I'm going to head up out of here. Water dripping from above. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. Think there's things I can do differently, let me know. I can't always listen to everybody, but I can always take it in consideration. Always look both ways before you cross the street, because you never know what's gonna come on the side over there. And we're gonna catch you guys in the next one. Be safe out there.